With the temple behind them and the ominous message lingering in their minds, the resistance team reached their extraction point, a makeshift comm station hidden in the jungle canopy. Their mission had grown more urgent than ever. Commander Reynolds activated the comms, his voice tense. "This is Team Alpha. We've secured the data from the jungle obelisk. The Arcturian fleet is mobilizing for a full-scale assault. We need immediate extraction and reinforcements." The comm crackled as General Vega's voice came through. "Understood, Alpha. We're dispatching transport, but the Arcturian fleet is already blocking orbital routes. You'll need to fight your way out. Prepare for heavy resistance." Reynolds turned to his team. "We've got incoming. Everyone, gear up. If we're going to make it out of this alive, we'll have to hold them off until extraction arrives." Private Lila tightened the strap on her plasma rifle. Another day, another impossible fight. "Let's do this." The team steeled themselves, knowing the next battle could be their last. Above the jungle canopy, the Arcturian obliterator fleet descended like a storm, their fighter drones cutting through the sky with deadly precision. The Resistance's extraction ship, a heavily armored dropship, approached at breakneck speed, dodging enemy fire as it neared the team's location. Captain Rhea shouted, "Incoming fighters! Defensive positions!" The team took cover among the dense jungle foliage, their weapons aimed skyward. Plasma bolts tore through the air as the first wave of drones swooped in, unleashing a barrage of fire. The Resistance responded with everything they had, their weapons lighting up the dark jungle. Despite their best efforts, the Arcturians were relentless. A drone crashed into the treetops, exploding in a shower of sparks, but 3 more replaced it. Dr. Markov ducked behind cover, frantically working on a portable signal booster. "I need more time to amplify the comms. Without it, the extraction ship won't have a clear landing zone." Reynolds and Rhea fought side by side, holding the line as their team struggled to keep the enemy at bay. "We're not losing anyone today," Reynolds roared, his weapon overheating as he fired at the incoming drones. Just when it seemed the Resistance would be overwhelmed, a sudden roar filled the skies. It was the creature from the temple, riding a biomechanical glider that blended ancient and advanced technology. The team watched in awe as the creature joined the fight, its weapons slicing through the Arcturian drones with terrifying precision. It moved with unmatched agility, dismantling the enemy forces one by one. Private Lila grinned despite the chaos. "I don't know what that thing is, but I'm glad it's on our side." The Resistance took advantage of the distraction, rallying to push back the remaining drones. The creature flew in close, throwing a small device to Dr. Markov. It was a strange, glowing sphere, pulsing with energy. Markov caught it, her eyes widening. "What is this?" The creature's voice echoed in her mind. "A gift. Use it to shield your extraction." Without hesitation, Markov activated the device. A shimmering energy field enveloped the area, blocking the Arcturian drone's weapons and allowing the extraction ship to land safely. The Resistance team rushed toward the dropship as its rear ramp descended. Commander Reynolds shouted, "Move. We've only got one shot at this." The Arcturian ground forces arrived, firing relentlessly at the fleeing team. Captain Rhea and Private Lila provided covering fire, their weapons blazing. One by one, the team boarded the dropship, but the enemy was closing in fast. Reynolds turned back to see the creature standing at the edge of the battlefield, its eyes locked on him. For a brief moment, it seemed to acknowledge the Resistance leader before vanishing into the jungle once more. As the last of the team boarded, the pilot shouted, "Brace yourselves. We're taking off." The dropship's engines roared to life, lifting them into the air just as the energy shield collapsed. The Arcturians fired after them, but the dropship's armor held firm as it ascended into the atmosphere. From the safety of the dropship, the team finally had a clear view of the Arcturian fleet. Massive warships hung in orbit, their weapons glowing ominously. It was a sight that chilled even the most battle-hardened fighters. Dr. Markov clutched the glowing sphere, her mind racing with possibilities. This device, it's ancient, but it could be the key to turning the tide. The obelisks aren't just weapons, They're part of something far greater. Reynolds nodded, his jaw tight. We'll figure it out. But first, we need to warn the rest of the resistance. If the Arcturians launch a full-scale invasion, we'll need every fighter, every resource we have. Captain Rhea leaned against the bulkhead, her face grim. And what about that creature? Is it a friend or another threat waiting to strike? Reynolds stared out the viewport, watching the stars. I don't know, but right now, we'll take all the help we can get. As the dropship broke through the atmosphere, the team knew the war was far from over. The Arcturians were preparing for their final assault, and humanity's survival hung by a thread.